Welcome back. Our next guests say the rules of power are changing, and their new book explains how you make this new reality work for you. A provocative new book, New Power: How Power Works in Our Hyper-Connected World, is a guide that helps to explain why some jump ahead and some fall behind in today's age. The authors of the book are here, Jeremy Heimans and Henry Timms, joining me now. Jeremy, I'll start with you, but explain to me what the book lays out in terms of new power, and even explains the popularity and strength of some of the people who we can't quite figure out how they rose to power.
Well, you know, this is a book about how to be powerful in the 21st century. And our argument is that that's quite a different set of skills. This ability to harness the power and energy of a connected crowd is this key skill, you know, whether you're a dentist or you're running for president. And we've seen this with the emergence of Donald Trump. We've seen it with the enormous market power that Facebook has accumulated it. And we also see it with these social movements like Me Too and the Parkland kids. They're all using this new power. And our argument is we all need to figure it out.
But it's more than just having, building a following on any particular social media platform, isn't it, Henry? It's not about having, I take shots of my backside and having 1 million followers on Instagram. It's not about that. It's not just about the number of people who pay attention to you. It's the message as well.
Yeah, that's right. And what people are really recognizing now, particularly in business, is it's the intensity that really makes a difference. I was talking to the head of a big media company the other day, and he was saying, you know, the logic used to be scale. We'll get to as much scale, as many people as we possibly can. But he's traded that off now, because what he knows is what he needs is the intensity of people who deeply believe in what he does. And I think a lot of business leaders are thinking about the same thing, which is it used to be the prescription that the job was to kind of stand back and be vanilla and make sure no one disliked you. The trade now is actually, can we get a lot of people very excited about our brand? And what the book does is helps everyone understand that there are a set of steps for building crowds, and most importantly, sustaining crowds. Because some of the hardest pieces of this work isn't getting things off the ground, it's keeping them going over time.
Jeremy, what is one of the critical things to sustaining that crowd? Is it authenticity? That's a buzzword, but important nonetheless.
Well, you know, we have this expression we use in the book, which is, it's not a movement if it doesn't move without you. And I think the big mistake that a lot of people make, companies and others, is they drop their ideas down on high. And actually what you need to do now is build an idea that people take, adapt, run with, change. So you think about something like Me Too, or even something as silly but as useful as the Ice Bucket Challenge. What made that useful is that everybody could take the idea, they could make their own version of it. You know, Patrick Stewart, the Star Trek actor, he just got a couple of little cubes of ice, put it into a glass, poured some whiskey in, and signed a check. And, you know, what was powerful about that is the idea, you know, think of Ice Bucket, right? It was actionable, you could take an action. It was connected, you challenged your peer to go and do this. And it was adaptable. People could take it and make it their own. And that's how ideas spread today. And too many people are stuck in this broadcast mindset.
Name one company who you think understands this concept and executes on it better than any other.
So we think Airbnb have got their heads around this in an interesting way. When you look at Airbnb, what they've managed to do is mobilize their hosts and their community to be their marketing arm and to fight regulatory battles for them. Inside Airbnb, what they're thinking very carefully about is, how do we engage these connected crowd members? What are the skills we need to get our crowd on our side? And for what it's worth, I think we see Facebook losing that battle right now. So you see the future of business is around these surging crowds. Airbnb has got its hands around its crowd. Facebook's crowd is turning against it.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. It was great to see you, Jeremy Heimans and Henry Timms. Please come back.
Of course.
Love to see you. Thank you so much. The book is New Power.